Okay, for this video, I'm using the same app, but I'm going to do addition and subtracting of whole numbers and decimal using the base 10 blocks. So the first thing I want to do is I'll just do addition and subtraction with whole numbers, and then we can get into the decimals. So if I model a number or a problem like 34 plus 25, what is that going to equal? So I know that my tens place value is 3 and 2. So for the first number, I see that's a 3, so I'm going to pull down 3 of my 10 base 10 blocks to represent 3. And then for my second number, I see that that's a 2, so I'm going to bring down 2 of the base 10 blocks. So that's for our tens place. Now let's look at our ones place, the 4 and the 5. So from the 4, I just know to bring down 4 of the ones, because that's in the ones position. And then I'll bring down 5, because that's in the 5 position. 4, 5. And then I would have my kids, okay, I want you to add up what the 10 blocks, the 10 place value blocks. So they could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that I know that my tens place value is 50, sorry. 50, and then I would say, okay, we'll count out your one place value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I see that our number is 59. Now let's just say we had to regroup. Oh, let's do this. Start over. Okay, I need to regroup. So let's do the number, let's do 17 plus 24 equals. So I'm going to do the same thing. Look at my tens place value, and I see that that's 17, so that's 1. And I see that that's 24, so I'm going to bring down 2. Okay, so I see that in my ones position for the first number is 7, so I'm going to bring down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for the first number, and then I see that that's 4 for the second number. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd also have them, really, I should have them do one number at a time, one number. But so what we're looking at, let's look at regrouping. So let's count the tens position. So the longer rods, so let's count 1, 2, 3. So I know my tens position is 3 for now. So let's look at the ones position. So this is where they would be like, huh, what's going on? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, is that the right answer? 311? Well, that doesn't sound right. Okay, so what I would have them do is I would have them take that 11 and I would have them regroup. So I would take that away and add that to the 3. And that would actually make 41. So after I would just have them make sure that they're regrouping, and they're adding the ones position. They would add that, because that would, in fact, I could have them actually. I could have them. Oh, let me see. I could have them put together a tens block. And see how that can make 41 as well. So that could make 41. So that's our addition. Now we need to do subtraction. So here's our subtraction problem. Let's do 23 minus 12. And what would that equal? So I would take 20, 3, 1, 2, 3. Minus 12. So minus 12. Okay, so this has a lot to do with the make sure that they know the place value. So let's see. Okay, let's look at this 12. So I see that in the ones position, or the tens position, there's a 1, and the ones position, there's 2. So I need to take away one of the tens position. So this is just representing the 12. We're actually going to pull from this number right here. So this is just an example. So we need to take away this. We need to make this look exactly like this one over here pulling from that side. So what I would do is I would say, okay, I want everyone to match up what this looks like from pulling from that side. So I would have them go, okay, well, there's 12. And then I would say, okay, well, what do you have left over? And they would see that that's 11. So our answer would be 11. Now, let's say that we have where we need to regroup a number. So let's do 22 minus 17. And what does that equal? Okay, so I'd have them represent the numbers. So 1, 2 for 22 minus 17. Now, like I said earlier, this is just a representation of this number. That's what we're going to be pulling from that number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to take away what this side looks like. So okay, so I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well there's our ones. There's our ones position. Okay, I got 1. I can make that green just so they can see. So there's our ones position. Okay, there I got my long stick. Oh, but I don't have enough ones. How does that work? So what you can do, I think you can, oh yeah, you can break apart. So I go, okay, well, I know that that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, what did I do? So after, how did I break that apart? So what you do is you click on the rod, and then there's a little place down here that you can see the boxes with the arrows. That's the way you can break it apart. Okay, so what do I have left over? It looks like we don't have a full 10, so let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know our answer is 5. So that's what I would do for that. Now let's clear all that and let's go on to decimals. So we know that decimal places are different than our whole numbers. So we need to make sure that they all know about where the decimal places are. So that would definitely be something that we need to go over, especially before we go into this. So, so we know that we start with our ones position, we go to the tens, and the hundreds going to the left whenever we're talking about whole numbers. Well, whenever we're talking about decimal numbers, we're going to go from the other way. So it starts off with the ones, and then we go to the tens, and then the hundreds going to the right. So if we look at a number like 23.1, I know that I would go, okay, well, I know that how to do the whole number, 1, 2, 23. Oh, there's my decimal point. Now look at this, and I know that that's in my ones position, so I pull down the 1. So that's my 23.1. Okay, well, we need to add these together. So let's do a number like 12.2 plus 1.5. What does that equal? So I'm going to represent the numbers. So there's our tens position for the 1, and then our 2 for the ones position to make 12. And then we're going to do an imaginary decimal, and then we're going to pull down 1, 2. And then we're going to add these together, and then we're going to represent our 1/5. So we're going to bring down 1, because that's in the ones position. decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's our that's our decimal position for that. So we're gonna look at this and we're gonna count up because we're etching. So we have we have one big tens position. So we know that the tens position is 1. Okay, well we need to count out the ones position. So we see 1, 2, 3. So we see 13. Well, we need to count out the decimals too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know that's 13.7. That's our answer. Okay, easy peasy. Now let's go over how we would do a subtraction problem. We can do 17.3 minus 12.1. And what does that equal? I don't really have good handwriting on this. Okay, so what I would do is I would represent the numbers. So I'd see 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Point. I feel like that decimal just helps break up the numbers. 1, 2. Oops. Needs to go away. We'll just make that since I messed up. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll make 12.1. So we have our 10. 12.1. Okay, let's count out the tens position. So we see 1, 2. So that makes our 20. And then we'll count up the tens position. So we'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 29.123.4. So we know that's, oh my gosh, I've just added. I'm so sorry. We're going to erase that. Sorry. I cannot believe I did that. We're subtracting. Oh my goodness, sorry. Okay, so we're going to look at it again. Okay, so this is, like I said earlier, this is just a representation of what we need to take away from that. I cannot believe I did that. Okay, so there's 12.1. So we need to make that look the same. We need to pull that many away from this side. So we see there's our tens. Take that. So, okay, so that represents that. So we just took that away. What do I have left over? So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I see 5.2. And that's my answer. 5.2. Okay. There you go. There's adding and subtracting whole numbers and decimals. Yay!